Hey everybody, so Kana, you asked an amazing and awesome and important question, and I'm going to take about 1 minute to quickly give you what I have been doing. When I first started with clean eating, honestly, it was forced. Courtney had a bad allergic reaction to something that was in a processed like bag of soup mix, and he got allergy tested, came back with 36 food intolerances. So for 6 months, I was forced to make everything from scratch and limit what we ate. And what we noticed at the end of that 6 months is that we felt better. Now, granted, at that point in time, I had three kids, the 4 and under, so it was a little easier because they could still eat the basics, and we were eating pretty plain. Now, fast forward to now with the six. What do I do? Okay, so we started eliminating a lot of things like sugar, soy, for me, dairy, and for him, dairy, but my other kids, one of them has a dairy issue. Um, and for me, grains, because I did the Whole30 and I figured out some foods that were bothering me. One of my kids has a gluten intolerance. One of my kids has a dairy intolerance when it comes to milk and cheese, not so much butter. It's enough to make your head spin, when you think you got to do it all. Like, how in the heck am I going to get my kids to eat sweet potato hash? Because they won't even eat, they'd eat French fries. They love French fries, and so this is what I do. Okay, we have basics. Like, I'm a person of like repeat. And so I have a general routine of grocery things. We shop the perimeter of the store, and I always get lots of fruit. They're huge on apples. They're huge on bananas. They're huge on pears, oranges, carrots. Okay, and then they love dip. So for my kids, I get hummus for their carrots, and we do peanut butter or almond butter for their fruit if they want to dip. I buy plain peanut butter. Now, at first, they didn't like it, so we did peanut butter and jelly because it gave them a sweetened part to it. But now I'm at the point where they'll just eat the plain peanut butter. Now, that doesn't mean they never have anything fun, because I've also been learning how to make more fun things for them. My older two are starting to want to cook, so I got this great cookbook called Eat Like a Dinosaur. I also bought the Against All Grain cookbook, and I let them pick recipes out and try to make them, and I find when they help make them, like one morning my daughter said, "Mom, I want chocolate chip scones." So I looked up paleo chocolate chip scones, and we made them. To cut back on cost, we really only do baking stuff on the weekends, like a treat. So we do like scones or muffins or pancakes or waffles like Saturday and Sunday morning, because we're home together, and that way it doesn't cost as much. The other days we eat eggs, toast, bacon. My kids do whole grain, gluten-free, or sourdough toast, okay? But the point is, I found a few things they liked, and kids don't mind routine. Now, as far as dinner and stuff goes, I make a main dish that everybody likes, and then I have like add-ins. So, for example, last night my kids love spaghetti and meatballs, so I made spaghetti and meat sauce, and then I had gluten-free pasta for the kids, because Malia can't have gluten, and the other kids don't mind the pasta. And then I made spaghetti squash for me, and then I had the cheese out. So if they wanted Parmesan, they could put it on. I didn't. If they picked the pasta they wanted. For my eggs in the morning, I scramble my eggs with veggies in it. They usually just want sausage. But the other day, two of my kids ate it with the sweet potato and they liked it. What I've noticed is me eating it and they're eating like a simplified version of it. Eventually, they kind of want to try it. And, Malia the other day said to me, "All we have in this house is nuts and fruit. What the heck?" But you know what? When we didn't have anything, my 7-year-old ate an apple and a handful of almonds, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of like almonds." So I find that the thing is, start small and simple, and then add on. No, they're not eating zoodles. I wish they would eat zucchini noodles, but if I keep eating them and they eat theirs and they understand what the differences are, I know eventually, like my daughter ate vegetable soup this past weekend. That's huge, because usually she will not eat that many vegetables in something. So my point is, I keep it simple. I started small, and the only, like lunches is there's just like, there's lunch meat, there's cheese, there's bread, and like Malia will do cheese and lunch meat roll-ups, where Gianna will make a turkey and mustard sandwich, and then my other son likes, they can modify, but just having the basic ingredients and letting them get creative, that's just what helped me. So, and then I buy pizza, frozen gluten-free pizzas from Costco. We get hot dogs, like Hebrew National hot dogs. They're not perfect, but they're better. And there are days they have that, and and they know, chicken tacos from, I love Trader Joe's. So it's helped a lot. At first, it wasn't super easy, and we had nights where I wanted them to eat exactly what I was eating, and they wouldn't. So I find that we put it all on the table and let people pick, and they know they have to at least try and have to have a few veggies. So, there's always a variety. I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that's helpful to all you guys, kind of how we do it. So no, not all my kids are 100% paleo, but I've noticed even when they go to places, yeah, like at a birthday party, they probably will chow on way more cake than, sometimes, but we still have cake. We make healthier gluten-free cake or paleo cake or grain-free this, and they've actually noticed they feel better when they eat it versus when they eat the other junk, which is kind of interesting. But they're still kids, So no, we're not perfect, and but I also don't think I don't expect them to quickly jump over and do exactly what I'm doing, but I feel like by having that modification there, just like when you're exercising, you start out modifying and you gradually get stronger in the food. I feel like you just put it in front of them and eventually it becomes normal and they actually are open to it. So, okay, that's a little longer than a minute. I hope it was helpful. Post any questions you have below and take care.